Okay.
Say again,
So the
what's
reason I think
the debate?
Lub says Drive Night without prep time would lose to Neon, and Fiction's going to be in favour or Lub's in favour of Neon winning, so I think Fiction's in favour of Drive Night winning.
Is that
Yeah.
correct, Fiction?
Yeah, I think Drive Night. I mean, I guess I can just take like the neutral position and just like say, yeah. I'll
All right,
say,
cool. Because I'm like recording this now,
Hey, no
so go at
recording.
it, you guys.
all right.
um the reason I think Drevno would clap is because we literally see him. Drevno literally admits like that he's toying with he like okay Neon after the battle ended as like he was just a toy, and then Drive Night reconfirms the notion by saying that Neon was extremely cocky and he was messing around like literally the whole time. And we literally see this happen when Neon first enters his new in Bishop form, where he literally goes inside of him, and then like he rips the armor, the Bishop armor apart, right? And then like right there, he could have gone inside Drive Night, ended the match, but he was messing around.
Wait, hold on. Can you
So
repeat about him going inside of him?
yeah. Also, driving at prep. So if we take those
Well,
two
no,
things,
I asked if you
next
could like repeat that last point.
uh the fact he was in his bishop, he like went inside Drive Knight's armor, and then he like ripped it apart. He was messing around. Like he literally
I
could have
don't think
like
he
Neon could
ever
be any.
ripped it apart. He was like using his feline retributions inside of him. I don't think it
Yeah,
did any damage.
what? He literally like ripped
I
his armor
recall.
off, and then Drive Knight changed his form because the like it no longer like it was damaged too much. That's why he like
Here,
changed.
I'll show you the part where he attacks him when he's inside of him. Uh, that
He
one.
like rips.
Let's see. Yeah. He does it twice. The first time, Drive Knight does say it's like um, possible he can destroy him from the inside. Like
Yeah, he
um,
could. He literally
he can
also
still have like
just
the
know
A
that
key.
he literally used his held back attack on when he was in bishop form. Like he didn't use his super feline retribution. It was just like his regular attack. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he like rips it apart.
Yeah, he can like
And
have
then
the
what
ability
is
to
that?
damage him. I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
and then
Drive Knight's just like higher physicals.
he's gonna destroy me from inside. That leaves me no choice. He was literally messing around. He could have killed him right there. That's
Wait,
it.
wait, what says he could have killed him like immediately?
Because he was like toying with him, like literally toying with him.
Nothing suggests he has the capability of instantly killing him though, even if he's inside of him.
What do you mean? He could just destroy circuitry within him. He doesn't have to destroy the arm.
We don't know what the insides of Drive Knight's like. We don't know like like how he
Dragnet
functions.
literally said that if Neon was left inside him, that he would destroy.
Are we doing
That's what
this
he
in
said.
character or well yeah, and then Drive Knight displayed the abilities to counter that. We know he's
How?
a let's
The
see.
only reason he was able to counter that was because of the fact Neon was toying with him, and he literally confirms
Are
it.
we doing this in character or out of character?
Uh, it, well, I mean, both characters should be serious. I
Okay,
don't
because
really.
Drive Knight has displayed the ability to blitz Neon.
Yeah, so
Immediately then.
that has nothing to do with Neon being inside of his armor.
Well, he's displayed the ability to counter that ability by going into his gold form and just like heating up his insides.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have
He
been
states
able to
that
do
like that
that
was part of his plan.
he wouldn't have been able to do that had Neon not um already like left or gave him the already went inside his armor and gave him that warned him of that before he could kill him. Because if Neon killed him right there, obviously.
Nothing. We don't know. Okay. Okay. That to say like he could instantly kill him requires like numerous assumptions. For one, we nor
Oh,
Neon know how the insides of Drive Knight
what?
works.
He
We can't
literally
like how it
he
would be
literally
capable.
says that he had
Yes.
okay. He's like he's gonna destroy me from inside. That leaves me no choice.
Yeah. We don't know how long
So
that takes. We don't know like how long he would require to do that. Like that, he could just like say like over time, Neon will like rip him apart from the inside. Because that's like what Neon was like showing to do. He was like using the attack numerous times, and, like damaging his outside being.
it wasn't his goal. It doesn't matter if he can it doesn't matter if he has the capability. If it
Well,
doesn't
it
matter.
does
No,
because if he
okay,
hasn't
no,
shown
it
the
doesn't.
capability, we don't know if he can.
What do you mean?
Okay. I'm
His
saying like
inside
okay,
is
yes,
obviously different from the outside. That's why.
sure, and I'm saying that the only times he's ever gone inside Drive Knight has displayed the ability to counter that.
And I'm saying the only reason he was able to do that was because Neon uh was messing around. He didn't kill him instantly.
Not the first time, no, no. He like the Neon goes inside of
When
it.
he
He
goes
just
inside of him.
his armor.
Yeah, and I'm saying because of the fact he's toying around, if he had intent to kill in that moment, he went inside of him in bishop form, then he would have been able to kill him before Drive Knight was able to figure out that his objective was to rip him inside.
I don't see why he has the AP to do that.
You don't see why the ability of doing that
No.
after it's literally stated that he's toying with
No,
Drive
no,
Knight.
no, no, no.
Because of
I'm
the
not
fact,
saying I'm not saying it's impossible that over time he couldn't do it. I'm just saying there's nothing says he could have instantly killed him just by being inside of him.
I didn't say he would have instantly killed him. They're just
Okay, so then if that's the case, then Drive Knight can just like do exactly what he did both times Neon went inside of him.
no. I'm saying that Drive or Neon would have been able to kill him before he was able to. He would have gone he would have ripped Bishop form, then gone into um his regular form and killed him there. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because of the fact we literally went over this. Because of the fact
But what says he has the capability of doing such? Again, I don't see why he has the ability to like kill him before Drive Knight can stop him. Considering Drive Knight has displayed much greater speed.
we already went over speed, a factor.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, speed isn't a factor in in my argument because you don't have to Neon's attack speed wouldn't be reliant on how fast you if he's inside of him. I don't see why at all. Hold
Wait,
on. I'm going back
you,
to
you
chat.
keep cutting. You keep cutting out. Can you repeat that last part again?
Wait, okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. It's just like every
Alright.
like sentence you like cut out.
Yeah. That sucks. Okay, so I'm basically saying that speed wouldn't be relevant in this case because uh, Neon toying with Drive Now. If he's toying with Drive Now, then he's holding back not only his power but how fast he attack. If
But
he
how
if he
to what extent? Oh wait, what do you mean he's
we
toying?
know it's a large extent. So
What do
the
you mean he's toying around with him?
it's literally stated. Neon conf- Neon confirms that he was just toy after he fought Drive
He
Now.
calls him a toy, but this is right after
He was just a toy, okay?
he can be fallible.
Drive Knight then reconfirms this notion by saying, my opponent was extremely overconfident in air, And then I'm pretty sure he also said that if he wasn't, it would have ended him after
The the exact
believe
statement, exactly what this is exactly what he says in the Viz translation of the manga. You're looking at it the wrong way. This opponent was strong with them, he says, and he got conceited and let his guard down.
yeah.
It's character for him to let his guard down. Nothing says he was like treating him like a toy.
No, that's what Neon. That's what.
Neon just calls him a toy, but Neon can be fallible. Nothing says Neon like literally means like
The fact
he's weak.
that Drive Knight literally agrees with what Neon is.
Oh, dude, no. He just says Neon was dropped his guard.
I also think it's kind of ironic the fact that like, he gets punched Bishop form. He's inside it for like a while. He's just like noticing, oh, he disappeared. Wait, there's somebody inside my armor, and then he does the feeling. It's like he's totally just waiting around. He's like being super casual. Like how's that not apparent?
I don't see how that's casual. If anything, I just think that it shows like how much faster Darkshine is compared to Neon's attack speed. Neon couldn't even do anything until like Dread Knight already noticed.
Or he was being casual because
What? Nothing says he was casual. Nothing says he was casual. All he does is call Dread Knight infallible.
he was literally toying with Drive Knight. Oh man.
When he's literally using all of his abilities, he's
You are just a toy.
wait, what? When did he say that?
Neon said that.
Yeah, like the last thing he says, let's see. You're just a toy, yeah?
Also, he says in addition, I collected the enemy's battle data before and is able to get an upper hand in battle due to these conditions. So if he hadn't gathered data, then
He got the upper hand.
it
Yeah,
would
I'm not
he
saying
gained
that
that
like
hand through his data he collected. So if he didn't, and Neon was trying, how is it by any stretch of the
I don't
imagination?
I'm not
How is
saying
that
it's
by any stretch of the
totally
imagination illogical to suggest that Drive or Neon would have won quite easily?
I'm saying that it's just like he's already displayed greater physical abilities and the ability to counter Neon's only hacks.
How I'm already telling you, he's only able to counter these attacks because of the fact Neon.
Nothing. Okay, show me where Neon is stated to be like holding back or casual. I'd like to see this again. Calling him a toy is not an argument. He's fallible, and that does not mean holding back. Calling someone a toy can mean numerous things.
Yeah, the fact he was toying with throughout the match.
Okay, show me him toying with him.
What? I literally just talking about it. The fact
No,
that he
can
was
you? I'd like to.
armor,
I'd like to see. I'd
right?
like to see what you. I'd like to see what you mean by it.
He was inside of his armor. He didn't use his strongest attack when he was inside his armor until Drive Knight already realized it and got out of that form. And then Drive Knight, after he realized Neon's tactic, was able to devise a countermeasure for it. So the only conclusion is Neon could have killed him because he was toying with him in that.
Hold on. Let me find the chapter for a second. I lost the chapter. Let's see, 117. Hold on. Let's see. Go to 1, I think. No, not 115. 118. Here we go.
You literally couldn't even like when he's like he transforms into gold, right? And then Neon uses his claws on him. It doesn't do any damage. And then there's like rocks all over the place, right? Because of the rocks, the rubble. And then Neon goes inside. Like his ability allows him to go inside of those rocks, and Drive Knight isn't able to actually catch him or do anything to him before he slips inside of his gold armor. So
Wait, he's not able to do anything before he slips out of his armor?
yeah, Drive Knight can't catch him. He isn't able to
Because he's
he
inside of
can't
him.
track him. He can't track him before he slips inside of his armor for the second time. And also
Yeah,
you can literally see after he goes inside of his armor that he's like literally toying with him. He's like, I'm over here, and then he slashes his
that's
his
fine. That's just the way
armor,
Neon fights. That's
and
just the way
he's
Neon
like
fights.
literally laughing, when
Yes,
he slips
because
inside
he's
of his
over.
armor. Like what?
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's like ultra.
What?
Doesn't mean he would bully him otherwise.
What do you, dude? You're grasping.
Look, all I'm saying is nothing objectively proves he's heavily or massively holding back. And Drive Knight has displayed one
He literally says it in two, there's 2 points. Okay,
win.
you were just a toy, right? And then
You're
Drive Knight
just a
says
toy.
that
He
my
is
opponent
fallible.
was what?
Yes, just because Drive Knight calls him
What?
doesn't mean he's like
Is there anything that contradicts what Neon is saying, though? We literally get proof from Drive Knight, so what?
Drive Knight calls him really strong. Hitting him with a fatal strike with an honest frontal approach would have been next to impossible. Okay, he's not saying that he was massively
My
holding back.
enemy was overconfident and reckless.
Okay,
What does that mean to you?
yeah, okay, that's just how Neon fights. He's overconfident and reckless. That's his character.
Again, didn't we agree that both characters be within kill?
Are we saying they're bloodlusted or what?
Yeah, because I mean, Drive Knight literally.
Okay,
Well,
so if they're
Drive Knight,
bloodlusted, then I'll just
if we don't do that, then Drive Knight starts off in his regular form, and because he doesn't have data, he would literally get like he would literally be
that's
destroyed.
fine. Why would he be
So,
destroyed?
because of the fact he took data on him and he knew exactly how to fight him, and
Uh, um, no. Why would he be destroyed if he like goes in his base form or whatever? Like, why not able to obliterate base form Drive Knight?
inflicting fatal. What was that?
Like all we know about their
He
like
literally said
respective.
he was able to gain the upper hand through him gathering data. So if he didn't have it, the match would have been
Hold on.
different.
Can you
It wouldn't
send
have
me
been
whatever you're
close.
using as like? Can you send me whatever you're using as like your manga source real quick? Because it's not what I'm using.
What did? Okay.
Because the stuff that you're saying is on that scan is different from what I'm reading.
Well, yeah, I don't have the Viz translation. What is your things?
Oh shit.
I don't think it would matter because we already.
Says hitting him with a
Saying the
fatal
same type of
strike
thing.
with an honest frontal approach would have been next to impossible. And he calls him really strong. Like, I'm simply saying greater
Sorry.
difficulty. He doesn't actually
Wait.
think it's completely possible. He just thinks it's extremely difficult.
What are you talking about? First of all, the enemy was overconfident and reckless. In addition,
Oh wait, no, we're looking
I
at the
took
same one. I
data.
was just looking at the wrong scan. Oh wait, no, hold on, these are different. What the fuck? First of all, the enemy was overconfident and reckless. What website are you using? Just out of curiosity.
It's like Mongolo or something. Manga. Yeah, I mean, actually, it's a pretty common trend. Like I've been on some other sites and pretty much have the same type of stuff.
Okay, well, either way, I think like this doesn't like necessitate Neon being massively stronger. Him being he doesn't need to be holding back to be overconfident either. He can be overconfident because his full power
he was overconfident, so
stronger.
he was arrogant. What? He was.
Yeah, that doesn't necessitate him holding back.
You're just
Even if you were to say he was like holding back, it would need to be like a blitz level above what he was because Drive Knight displayed the capability of blitzing him.
he was holding back, and he had took data. So it's
He
gonna
was
be
wait,
closer.
wait.
Even if Neon wasn't towing with Dragon Knight, he literally says that it would have been like the battle would have been different if he took he took data beforehand. In addition to like literally countering.
All that implies
So
greater difficulty. It could mean that
a greater difficulty, and the fact that he was literally in his armor, and then he didn't use not only didn't use his strongest attack, but was still casual while not doing it. Like, is
what do
that
you
not
mean by the
advantageous?
strongest attack? I don't like recall any like um linguistic differences between like the names of his attacks.
Oh, he uses super feline retribution two hands, and
Let's go on.
he only used like a single feline retribution regular one with his other hand. So the one
Let
hand.
me see here because I don't recall any of them being called like super or anything.
Like it's way more flashy. Like it slices the bow, and his claws grow like 2 feet long. So I mean, it's pretty. Oh wait, yeah, he uses it on.
Oh, you're talking about what he uses on Saitama, right?
Yeah.
'Cause he doesn't actually use it on Drive Knight, and we can't like quantify it above just like I guess like the name
Maybe
implies
he's holding back even
feline
more.
retribution,
Okay.
but we can't quantify it beyond being stronger than feline retribution. It's unquantifiable of that. Whereas Drive Knight has displayed the ability to like take the normal feline retributions without any damage. It's like you need to say it's like massively more powerful than the normal feline retribution to actually take him out.
I wouldn't need to, but that's just more proof that he's holding back in that moment where he's inside of his armor. Not only is
Yeah,
he not
that's.
using attack, not only is that the case, but he's being casual. He's
I'm just saying it's
being
unquantifiable.
the
And
attack itself, sure, but we literally know that he was inside of his armor. He could have killed. He could have.
No. We don't know how quickly he could have killed him. We do not know the time frame. Whatever the time frame is,
Like, okay, here.
that guy was able to force him out
Nyan
2 different
literally
occasions.
says the I didn't notice this before. Whatever. Nyan literally says, you still managed to revert to your original form. I let the perfect opportunity slip away. He let the perfect opportunity slip away because he was being casual.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's check the manga. You send that page.
So what?
I said you would send that page.
Yeah, sure.
You return to normal. You missed your one chance for victory. No, Neon just says you missed your one chance for victory. Or one chance for win.
That's not what I'm reading.
This is from Viz.
He wasn't even talking about Drive Night. He was talking about himself.
This is from the Viz translation.
I let the perfect opportunity for
victory slip away. Okay, that just means that Drive Knight has the capability of countering his one way to win.
What? No, he literally says, "I let it happen. I let the perfect."
Because he's able to revert. He says you still managed to revert to your original form. He is capable of countering.
You still managed to revert your because he wasn't aware he could do that. What? After he destroyed his armor. What?
What do you mean destroyed his armor?
After he destroyed his armor, how like he's surprised he was able to revert to his original form.
Nothing says he destroyed his armor. I don't think so, at least.
After he self-destructed,
Oh, that, yeah. I thought you were talking
Neon,
about Neon destroying his
he was
armor.
still able to revert to his original form. You still managed to revert to your original form after inflicted damage upon it. So I don't what
Dragon Knight is capable of
it's
countering
not
his like, ability to go inside of him. That's all it says.
he literally said he let that
Also,
perfect opportunity slip away.
this is what
Why
the
is that
official
why is that
translation says, by
better?
the way. This is what the official translation says, by the way. Missed your
What?
victory.
Return normally. Those translations are so
Because Dragon Knight still
different.
won.
I can't even
What?
you return normally. You return to normal.
This is what's on the official.
Your one chance for victory. It makes sense. You return.
Yeah, the One Punch Man Biz translation is weird, but it is the official one.
I don't think that even makes like you return to normal. He's talking about Drive Night. You missed your
Yes.
one chance for victory. How
Yeah.
did he miss his one chance if he wasn't the one attacking? What?
I don't know what.
You missed your one chance for victory.
I don't think I really need to explain exactly what neon means. It's not what's stated in your version. Like even in your version, it just like shows that Drug Knight is capable of countering his.
How's it? You return. You return to normal. That okay? I get that. That whatever. You missed your one chance for victory. What chance did he have when he was ripping his armor apart?
He probably again, I probably just Neon is overconfident in his own abilities. Probably it.
Hey,
Like again, I'm saying that Neon himself is fallible. Like just because he calls him a toy or says these
hold
things,
on.
it doesn't mean he's correct. Calling him a toy can also mean numerous
Hold on
things.
one sec.
This doesn't have. This isn't him saying I missed the perfect chance for victory. Not that.
All right, I'm back.
Hey Crusader, we're having a debate.
All right,
Oh, sorry.
No, no worries.
it's not even that. Um, it's not even that like the translation is different. It just like it literally doesn't even make any sense. I'm trying like
Again, Neon can just be
I'm
stupid.
not saying. I'm just saying in general. You missed your one.
Neon himself is
I
fallible.
think it. Hold on. Trying to. I'm sure it won't. Yeah.
Would you like an alternative translation which says essentially the same thing?
I don't.
Just to show consistency with my version of the translation. Again, in this version, well, you missed your best chance at he's talking either way, like it's just like in both Viz and
How did
this,
he miss a chance he never had? Victory.
Neon can simply think that his bishop form was physically overpowering, and
You
that's
missed your best chance at winning. What was it? His best chance at winning was getting his
he could also be just referring to the physical strength he had in the bishop form. Again, I don't need to explain Neon's reasoning. I'm just saying it's not what you said he stated.
I think it. Hold on. I think it might have been in reference to. I think it. Yeah, you might be right. Something about physical strength. Yeah, he's more physical strength or something.
Yeah.
That doesn't even really make sense. So, but okay, it would be kind of nice if I actually had the trick. Never mind.
I mean, Viz is
Anyway,
only $2.99.
yeah, I know, but you have to
Would
pay
recommend
for it.
it.
But it's kind of because of how drastically translations are different. Um. Anyway, it still doesn't change my main point, which is essentially the fact that Nyan was overconfident and he could have he wasn't going all out against Drive Knight inside of him. That was
I
the
don't see. Even if you were to say he wasn't going all out, it's unquantifiable. We've already seen that
I'd like to.
has displayed
This isn't
here.
anybody's fault, but I'd kind of like to. Who the hell is translating some of these sites? Holy crap! If it's that different,
It's pretty weird. I was just using this one to like prove like consistently that the original Japanese kanji has more to do with.
it's just the way that translation in itself is makes sense. But yeah,
And then pretty much here's all I'm saying. Right? Even if you say Nyan is unquantifiably holding back or whatever, Drive Knight has already displayed massive physical superiority in both speed, durability, and
it wouldn't
physicality.
matter because Neon literally says like, well,
In
we
the
see it. Okay, I don't have to use that one statement to prove my point because we literally see Neon toying with Redman uh, multiple sequences.
such as which instance?
So I don't see what your point really is. Like we know he's holding back. You know he's
No,
toying with Drive
I
Knight.
do
He
not know
literally
he's
said
holding
himself.
back. He could be like reckless, but still using his full physical abilities. That's
I
fine if
think
that's what.
he's not even using his full physical ability.
All we know is he didn't use the super feline retribution, which is unquantifiable.
Okay. What's weird is when he was inside of Drive Knight's bishop form, um, destroys his armor inside of it, and then I think he use the he uses feline retribution, and then he gets out of it. Um, that he gets out of it, and then he slashes the ability, and that the attack seemed like he put more effort into the attack. So once he was outside of once he was outside of uh, Drive Knight's armor, so he was holding back. We know he's holding back like his regular attacks were
Well,
not that.
AP doesn't necessarily correlate to DC. It could just be like a range thing or whatever. Because these ones are also shown to like move beyond Neon's just rather normal range. So these are like I guess shockwaves or whatever. Doesn't necessitate that they're more
Like
powerful.
that being said, like
Even if you said they
um,
were, they're powerful enough to defeat Drive Knight. Even if you said they're unquantifiable powerful.
I'm pretty sure that. Mm, I mean, I'm not sure how potent the attacks could be if literally inside of it. I don't think he could
Well,
use
okay,
that
if you want to
information.
go by that route, then if you want to say like, okay, they're less potent if they're inside of him, then why would he be able to destroy him from him?
Because the inside of him isn't soft targets. You wouldn't need
I'm sorry,
for any
you cut out again.
power. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Because of the fact he wouldn't need to use uh those attack. Like, okay, let's just put it this way: he wouldn't need to actually damage outside of his armor for him to kill Drive Knight from with. He uses his feline retribution, but that's an overkill. He could just go inside his armor and rip out like the circuitry inside of it.
And then Drive Knight also has his gold form, which he can just attack Neon from within him. So
My point is like he could have entered Drive Knight's gold form, or he could have done that before Drive Knight was like figured out what his tactic was and heated it up.
Drive Knight
Like, he's
Drive Knight has always
like right.
displayed that he knows he's able to sense him and he has the speed to blitz him. So there's no way in which Neon would be able to. In fact, even when he goes inside of gold form Drive Knight notices like going inside of him.
Hold on, I'm gonna. Yeah. Um. Wait, what was your last? I
I said
said
there's no way in which Neon would be able to just get inside of him without Drive Knight knowing. especially in gold form.
Um, he'd let wait. He wouldn't let wait. And kind of say that one
When
more time.
Neon goes inside of gold form Drive Knight
Yeah,
knows he's going there and can feel it. So there's no the only time he ever like got inside of Drive Knight without him noticing was one when he was attacking and two when he was in his bishop form. And when he's in his bishop form and Neon is inside of him, he's able to dismantle his body and get Neon out of him.
yeah, but that's only my point. Main point was arguing that the only reason he was able to do that was because he gave him the opportunity to as such, which was to like self-destruct, like get out of that form.
Well, I'm just saying like Drive Knight has the speed and just like outspeeds him, and that's why.
Yeah, but like I'm saying like I don't think that wouldn't be relevant because that's pretty sure that was reaction. Like I don't
Well,
like even if he can attack, I don't think that's even
his
like, I don't think that's relevant.
his reaction, well, if it is his reactions are so high to the point that when Neon is about to attack him point blank, he's able to completely transform his body. So it's
Because like he's inside
well,
he doesn't need to be a certain like to destroy Drive Knight, he can be holding back. Like he can do it whenever he wants, and Drive Knight can't really do anything about it. Besides, like once he
he's
knows.
displayed the ability to do stuff about it. He's displayed the ability to have counters. It's not some ultimate unstoppable technique. Every time Neon has gotten inside of him, Drive Knight has
Yeah,
displayed the ability to get him out or damage him within him.
and another thing, oh my God, like even when he's inside of his gold armor, like he doesn't take the opportunity to instantly kill him.
Well,
Like
I don't.
what?
You haven't proven he has the capability to instantly kill him.
To destroy his circuitry from the inside. He
He can
literally
destroy his
uses that
circuitry. That
time.
doesn't mean he can. No, no.
Like
He can.
he like Drive
I'm
Knight
saying.
doesn't even know. Like it's funny. Drive Knight doesn't even know that Neon entered him. Like
Yes, he does.
well, like in his gold form, he's trying to like grab him or something. Like he's still oblivious. Like he's not heating himself up immediately. So like Neon, you could make an argument. Neon literally could kill him before he heated himself up when he was
No, he
inside of
did.
him.
He did.
Therefore,
He did that
reconfirming
because
my notion that Drive Knight, like his speed, his like the speed in
he
which
did
he
that.
is aware of Neon entering his body is different from like his movement speed and Neon's like
He did that.
reaction.
No, no, no. He did that because Neon was poking out of him. It's not like Neon was just inside of him and he was like looking around his body. No, he felt him going inside of him. He knew he was there from the moment Neon entered him.
Yeah, that makes it even worse. He's still like he's trying to like grab him or like what?
Because Neon was poking his head out and reaching outside of him. That's why I was trying to grab him.
He that would just confirm that Neon is messing around with him when he was inside of
Yeah,
him.
I'm saying he can be like playful and reckless while using his full power.
Okay, but that has nothing to him being playful or reckless wouldn't have to do with him using his full power because once he's inside of him, he like the only way he's going to be playful and reckless is if he's not immediately taking the chance to
But
immediately use Drive.
we don't know how quickly he'd be able to destroy him even inside of him. We don't know like the speed he could do it at such. Like we don't know how much
Yeah, but
drive.
I'm saying that because he was holding because we see him like toys Drive Knight that he's basically just sitting around inside of his armor when he first entered. That's not illogical to assume. I don't
I'm
why wouldn't he
fine.
we literally
It's
see him like after he does it, the reason he's messing around is because he is unaware of Drive Knight's heat ability So he could have he could have killed him instantly if he was
Why
inside of
can
him.
he kill him instantly? I want to here. I want you to just capable of instantly killing him.
Because of the fact he was toying with it, he could have.
That doesn't. No, 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 no. You're not understanding. I want you to prove that at full power, inside of him, he has the capability to instantly kill him.
He could have with
He can
his
damage the circuitry. That doesn't mean he can
with
instantly.
his like he could not only was I already told you not only was he holding back being
It's
playful and
no.
wait
You're not
okay
understanding, love. You're not understanding, love. I don't care if he's holding back. I want you to prove that, but regardless of if he's holding back or whatever, I want you to prove full power Neon has the capability to instantly kill Drive Knight from inside of him.
I already gave you my reasoning.
No, all you said was
He wouldn't have to instantly
no.
kill him
Does he have
because
the
it
AP?
wasn't.
Does he have the
You're
AP?
under the assumption that it simultaneously occurred where he's like, oh, so he's planning to destroy me from inside.
No.
There was a bunch of time that was passed in between when Neon was
Yeah,
in his armor and when he started
sure.
using the feline retribution.
Yeah, I want to know if he has the ability to kill Drive Knight from inside of him within that time frame.
I gave you my reason.
No, all you said was he.
Back.
All you said
He's
he
not
was.
only holding back his power, but
No.
he's holding back his
No,
speed.
love. It doesn't matter if he's holding back. Prove full power Neon has the capability. I want you to prove it is possible for him to kill him when he's fully serious inside of him. I want you to prove he could do it within that time frame.
Well, he literally said that he let his opportunity slip away. So
We've been over that. We've been over that. I said two alternative.
I've looked over the Viz translation and it doesn't make sense. So unless you
I don't see how this doesn't make sense. And I don't even
like
I don't
no it lit like he
I do not need I don't need to justify Neon. That's what Neon said.
you need to justify the reason you're arguing that because of what the Viz says that's different that it would disprove what I'm saying. Well, if it doesn't make sense, like if it doesn't even make sense,
no,
then
no,
how
no,
are you
no,
gonna
no.
argue it?
No, you're not understanding. These statements don't exist in the same universe. These are two different translations. They are not.
Okay.
You cannot argue one contradicts the other. One is the official translation. One is not.
I'm
And
asking you how it you're using it to argue
okay,
why
sure. He thinks bishop form is really physically strong, and that was his best chance. Whatever, doesn't matter.
he thinks Bishop form is physically strong,
Sure,
which is
that's the
why he went
reason.
inside of him and started using his feline retribution.
Sure.
So okay, why would it make any sense that wait, what did your thing say again? It wouldn't matter, but I just want to say I forgot.
You return to normal. You missed your one chance for victory. He's
No,
in fact, the
that's
same trick won't work again. He's referring to like his transformation abilities.
you.
That he says return to normal. The same trick won't work again. One chance for victory.
The
He's
same
referring.
trick, yeah, that you missed your one chance for victory. He's it just
And
he's
clearly they're
talking about he's
lost.
talking about Drive Knight's physical strength, which is fine, but in the instance in which he was inside of his armor, he wasn't.
He
Drive Knight
doesn't need to
didn't
be
have that
referring to that. He
chance.
doesn't need to be referring to that.
So,
He doesn't need to be. He
how
can just be referring. He does not.
how can
He does not need to be referring to that. He can just be referring to Bishop, which he was just in.
yeah, that's what I agreed with that. Like, if we go by your logic, and he's referring to his bishop form,
So,
he's
so Neon
losing
thinks
his
that's
one chance.
yeah. Neon is overconfident, so he thinks that's the only way Drive Knight could have won. That's why he's saying it.
That's not what overconfident.
You missed your one chance.
This is-
Bishop form was the only way Drive Knight could
you
have.
missed
That's why he says you missed your one chance for
the
victory.
only way to beat him because Of what?
Because
During the
that's what Neon just said. That's what
no,
Neon thinks.
you missed.
He was just fighting Bishop form and his other transformations, which were physically
Yeah.
overpowered. So he says one chance for victory. The same
Something
trick
I
won't work.
think
He's referring to a specific trick, which is his transformations.
I'm pretty sure he's talking
He's
about.
not. He is
Um,
not. He is not referring to his ability to take himself apart. Because if Neon being inside of Drive Knight was his one
he's
chance,
talking about. Um, he's talking about something totally different. He's saying you turn to normal, and I think he's just saying that he missed his the thing I don't like I agree it's totally different, whatever. The thing I don't get is that he saying that he missed his one chance at victory. Um I find that kind of weird because yeah, obviously he has greater strength when he's um in his other forms, but his one chance at victory. You missed your one chance.
Neon is overconfident. He
I
thought that
don't.
was the way Drive Knight could win. That's all it means.
What chance did Drive Knight have at victory?
Physically obliterating him.
He tanked that attack.
That's what Neon thinks. That's why he says it. Or you could say he thinks, or Neon thinks he was caught off guard by the transformations. It doesn't matter. All that matters is he's referring to the transformation based abilities. And he thinks that was
Okay. Yeah.
to defeat him.
Yeah. I sure. I guess that threw me off because how the magnitude of how different. But anyway,
Well, I mean,
um,
I think the only difference is the whatever
they
they train
stressed. He's
from
referring to Drive Night, and he's literally talking about two totally different things. He's
well,
talking
I mean,
about
like,
that he let his opportunity. I let the perfect. Well, actually, he's saying I let the perfect opportunity slip away for me to
well,
kill you when he was
I mean,
inside of him.
if you like,
So
I mean,
I just think it's kind of
like
weird. Like I think it
the
makes
only
I think it makes more sense in the context that he let that perfect opportunity slip away because of the fact Drive Knight like destroyed his armor before he could rip him apart. I think
well,
I don't.
I'm
It's just
saying
weird. It's really odd.
here's the thing though. I'm saying my reasoning is more consistent because one, I displayed the official translation. Secondly,
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
I
I'm not
I
saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's kind of weird because um
definitely is weird, but I'm just saying like for the debate, like my train of logic
yeah,
is
sure.
like
In
don't
that
the
specific, it's more
like full
credible.
yeah, I mean, yeah. That's why I supported it with this third translation. We have yours, the Viz, this third translation, which has similar wording to the one I presented. So it's more consistent that like the original kanji is something similar to what is in Viz. And like the only difference really in the kanji is probably like beyond referring to himself rather than
Well,
it's him
I
referring to
find it.
Driver.
I think it's weird because doesn't he after he says that whatever the thing he's like that said the same trick won't work on him. So he's referring to when Drive Knight
The
like
transformations.
detonated like that's what he's saying. He's like I let the opportunity slip away, and then because of that, or like he got tricked. It like he's basically saying that like when he exploded, he got tricked because he wasn't like able to destroy his armor in time. That's like that's what he's saying.
Well,
Like
here
what
he could
I don't
just be
know
like he could just be
what
like
trick is he referencing in that
his
moment.
transformations. Like he that's like when he first like transforms from the bicycle into like the horse version,
Well,
say he was like surprised or
wouldn't that
whatever.
either way? Wouldn't it be referencing Um, what were you gonna say? Uh,
I'm just saying, like Neon is
like he has
essentially
the
like the transformations he was using is the
same
trick.
trick. The same trick won't work on me again.
So like, because
The same
like
trick.
Neon was like about to smack him, Drive Knight suddenly transforms, and then he transforms again. He transforms again. That's why right after Neon says this,
He's talking about his forms that yeah, and then
yeah, which is why right
okay,
after
he's like
Neon starts attacking him from.
surprised he was able to revert to his normal form because like after he exploded or whatever. And he's saying the same trick won't same trick.
Even if you
won't
go
work.
by your version, the same applies. That said, the same trick won't work on me again. Here, even in your version, that said the same
No,
trick.
I'm not talking about the same trick. I'm not that. That's not. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. It's like similar, right? You have the same thing.
Yeah, that part's like the same all throughout. So it's just a weird
It's
statement.
weird. Wait, no. Well, actually, it's a little different at the bottom because the same tactic won't work on again. Same.
Tactic can just mean strategy.
Yeah. Okay. The same trick. Same. Same.
It's all similar wording no matter how you
That's
view
weird.
it. Even if you want to say your translation is more consistent or whatever, it doesn't
I'm
like
not saying. I'm not saying it's
I know.
like more like credible because the Viz. I mean, it's the Viz translation, but I'm just. I don't know. It just makes. It didn't make as much sense to me. Even if I looked at it with like, even if I wasn't trying to argue it, I just wouldn't make.
It's just
Um.
a statement no matter how you see it. I think like the way
Yeah.
he's referring to his transformations, which is why right
He
after this,
still managed
God
to
starts attacking him at a range. Because like he says like
change.
he's also probably like referring to like the raw physical power and speed that Drive Knight has. Because right after this, he starts attacking him at a range, and then slips inside his armor, and then is like, "Oh, your power and speed are off the charts, but inside here you can't do anything." So he's probably like referring to like the overpowering nature of Drive Knight's
I'm
transformation.
pretty sure. Um. Yeah. Yeah. You could. I guess you could say that. I think it works. Kind of works both ways, but because I guess you won that point. But anyway, it was just a supporting factor. Like it didn't invalidate my argument.
That's obviously the debate isn't over.
Yeah, I'm not finished. Either. um. Okay. Um. I still think my point that Drive Knight, like, like Neon's ability to hide from him and stuff, he couldn't, he couldn't like counter that. He couldn't like. There was no counter for it. He just
Wait, like
was
hiding
slipping.
inside of his body or like hiding in the ground and
No,
stuff?
like hiding, blending into the surroundings, like rocks and stuff. Like he has no
It's
answer
his
for that.
life forms.
He detected his life form, and then he like was started going for him or something. Like
Yeah, even when he
it's weird.
was
Like
outside of his body.
he detected his life form, but when he attacked, when he attacked the his target, Neon gained the upper hand by slipping inside the rocks, and then he slipped inside of his armor from the rocks.
Yeah, but that was also intended
So
by Drive Knight.
what? No, it wasn't.
He even says you fell for it. Like when Neon goes inside him, he says you fell for it. Here.
Yeah, so he gained the upper hand
So
through his
he
he gained
tricked
the upper
Neon
hand
into
through
going inside of
his
him. So like
he gained the upper hand through his data. No,
no,
he's
he didn't know that Neon could go inside his body until that fight. So he actually came up with that strategy on the spot. Because even if you say like he like because when he senses Neon's life life force or whatever, and he's tracking him, he's only punching the ground. But right before this, Drive Knight displayed that he carries toxins that can go into the ground and rip him apart, even when he's in the ground. Like, this was very intentional on Drive Knight's part to get Nyan to go inside of his body. He even says it in the fight, and this was something he came up with on the spot, not a thing.
But another thing is he was trying to get him to go inside him, but Nyan didn't immediately attack his insides when inside of his arm.
Yeah, I'm simply saying that since he has not displayed the ability.
Wait, okay. Okay, I don't think that would be whatever. But my main point had to do with the bishop. Uh, when he was in bishop, he was based on when he like slipped in Drive Knight's gold form. We can infer that he was still being like very arrogant and um reckless when he went inside of both forms and tried to like rip him from the inside. So if Drive Knight didn't know of that, he could have ended. I feel like he could have ended the fight right there.
It's
He knows
something we
that.
simply cannot quantify it is the thing. It's a 50-50. Like, you literally cannot quantify it. So I'm saying, since I'm taking the neutral position and just saying, like, it's not really likely, and based off what we've seen, it would be up to you to prove it rather than me to disprove it. Because when he's inside Bishop, we know he can sense life forms. We've seen on both occasions that he can tell when Neon is going at him, and he has massively greater speed. So this could simply be me
Massively
being slower.
but I don't think Neon being inside of his arm that would that would that wouldn't be reliant on how fast Drive Knight can react. It would just be like highlighting how casual Neon was when he was inside it. 'Cause he didn't seize the opportunity to actually kill him when he had the opportunity to before he exploded.
You could say that for the gold form, not for the bishop form, because we don't actually see how Neon is acting in there.
Also, never mind.
All we can say is that maybe with the gold form he could have attacked sooner, but even then it is unquantifiable, and Drive Knight still displays the ability that he can force Neon out of him and damage him when he's inside of him. So you have
Well,
certainty that Drive Knight is able to counter him versus a questionability that
no, I don't think that. Well, once he was aware of the fact that was Neon's tactic, um, obviously he would have the upper hand because he can trick him at that point. So I'm talking about Bishop form because Neon,
well
he
with
was
Bishop form he's able to take his body
he said
apart.
he was. What do you say? I was able to. In addition, I collected the enemy's battle data beforehand. No, that's not what I'm. Enemy first of all, the enemy was overconfident and reckless. Overconfident. So overconfident meaning, um, you could just equate that to like arrogant throughout the match. Like just wait. Like that's what my point. One of my points was. That's the only time we can see he's being arrogant was if we know like it's not quantifiable. Well, that's two things. He was holding back his power. I know it's not quantifiable, but like my main point had to do with the fact he was inside um Bishop form and he didn't take that as an opportunity to um actually like go all out and eliminate the target. So like that was my point. And then he was being over like not he's being reckless.
He simply
Once
you can go and
he
finish.
said the same trick won't work on him again, but he still remained reckless by going inside Dragonite's armor and not using that as an opportunity to destroy him the second time. So I feel like he act like you could argue. I mean, you could argue that I think Neon could possibly have like killed Dragonite when he was in gold, even though he baited him because
We can
like
say
he wasn't
we can say it's possible and all, but at the end of the day, we literally cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt that it's possible. And if you want to say he can damage his circuitry, he can damage him inside him and whatnot.
Like he
We
could
do
just
not.
rip it apart. Like he wouldn't even need to use his attacks.
That's fine. We're saying like we cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt he can defeat him from inside of him, or Drive Knight can use his gold form ability and force him out. Now, and especially with the speed gap. So like, even if you say he goes in there immediately, goes on a fucking rampage, starts ripping him
Yeah,
apart.
he's holding back and he was being casual. So if he
I don't.
if he
Again,
does,
we've been over this a lot. I still don't
yeah,
see how he's physically holding back.
the most logical conclusion is that he would have been able to eliminate him before he could react, based on the fact he was arrogant and casual and is holding back. But okay,
We cannot absolutely, especially with the speed gap. Again, I don't see how he's holding
again, it's the most
physically
logical.
outside of the super feline retribution, which we cannot quantify.
Well, we know that's just more proof that he was being casual when he was inside when he had the opportunity to kill him. Fucking stupid.
It doesn't mean
I
he.
swear to God. I swear to God, if my God, so annoying. I swear to God, if that if that translation worked in my favor, that would have been winning point. I swear to God. Oh my bruh. Yeah, yeah, obviously I can't like actually 100% prove that he would have like won in that moment, but
It's just more consistent for like Drive Knight to be the victor. And again, I'll say this again. One, we know he's far physically more
like
capable. And
we
two,
also know that he literally says that in one sentence he basically logically he's basically advertly saying that like likely would have lost had he not had these conditions in his favor. First of
well,
all, the enemy is overconfident and reckless. In addition, I collected the enemy's ballot data beforehand, and I was able to gain the upper hand due to these conditions.
yeah, that doesn't mean it's absolutely possible.
So,
Greater difficulty. So he can win. This would just be like massively greater difficulty.
if it was already a difficult battle for if Dragon had to resort to tricking him, and he didn't, if he didn't have these conditions where it made the battle easier, he could have lost just due to that. And if Neon was casual, he indefinitely would have lost logic. So, I mean,
Again, him saying okay, like for one, him tricking him, he came up with that on the spot.
also
We're
didn't
able to
again.
replicate that even without his
You
intel.
haven't disproved that Neon's like when he said he was a toy. You didn't really disprove
Okay,
that either.
look, the toy statement. The toy statement. This is he calls Drivemate a toy. One, what does that mean? You can call some. You can call some here. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's some more context to this earlier. Looks like a toy worth playing around with. He thinks Drive Knight is a toy. That doesn't mean he is correct. He's overconfident. He literally thinks he is stronger than Drive Knight.
It doesn't matter if he's
And calls him
correct
a
or not.
toy.
The fact he sees him as a toy.
In fact, the fact that here, in fact, in the fight, he says, but you're a toy." He literally does not think Drive Knight should be this powerful, but he is. That's why he says, "But you
No,
just a
that
toy."
wasn't what. That's not the conclusion that Drive Knight came to after he literally beat him. But okay,
Because Neon sees it from a different context. Neon
that's
sees
just further
like
proving that he viewed Drive Knight as a toy throughout the whole match. And the only instance in which we would
but
see that occurring is when he was toying with him inside of his armor,
he
because
was
he like
constantly being he was constantly being outmatched.
how how
Neon
is
is
he
just
being outmatched?
Neon is fallible. We cannot treat Neon as an objective source of reason. He's clearly fallible.
What? Based on what?
Is fallible, is what I'm saying. Everything he says is not like a word of God, and that's because even though he is calling Drive Knight a toy
Also,
being defeated.
he toy being. Wait, hold on.
He is literally
Hold on. I'm trying
calling
to.
him a
I'm trying
toy.
to think of a different point. What did he actually see Drive Knight do against the support team?
Drive
Because
Knight watched him
he,
take out the support team. That's it.
yeah, but I'm trying to remember like what ability he was like slipping out of
He slipped out of
um
um
that guy's the that whatever the guy's
the
name was.
rubble. The rubble, yeah, yeah.
No, not that. Like the roots that were confining him. So we saw that.
Yeah.
He saw his like size altering ability. Um, also, didn't he? Okay, he saw something else. Like when before he literally fought him, he like got thrown like a bunch of rubble on him from that one guy and slipped out. He's like a dexterity. I'm pretty sure Drive Knight knew he had like some dexterity alteration ability before he fought him. So
Dexterity alteration? What
yeah,
do you mean exactly?
yeah, like alteration of size. Like he could change his like size and like um bend his body to get out of a
Oh,
certain.
yeah, but that's fine because like the only time he actually like even counters
Well,
that.
he literally sees it happen before he uses. Um, he literally knows he can do it before, like when he's in his motorcycle mode. He uses that like gas or whatever,
Yeah,
or like
that's like the only time it's like it's
acid,
relevant. But
not acid.
I know you're talking
Um,
like the fact that that's the only time it's actually like relevant. Like, I don't think it like would
so
if he knows
he,
that or not.
I don't think he like your point earlier that he wasn't aware of the fact he was able to do that or something like that. Like you said, he didn't know that he could get inside of his armor or something. I don't
Yeah,
think
he
that's
didn't know
true.
that. All he knew is like he could slip between like the rubble and crap.
He simply just said that he just realized what his objective was, and then he did that. So
What do you mean?
that
What do
might
you mean
be.
he realized what his objective? No, he said he disappeared and then says, "No, what's this? A life form reading inside my armor." He's like all confused and stuff.
Said his he didn't know what his objective was until that point.
Well, no, because he's clearly
Is
surprised
that
in his armor. Like he doesn't say, "Oh, he went within my armor." No, a life form
what
reading
I think
my
what he's
armor. He's
referring to
surprised.
is he realized what his he I think the reason he was surprised was because of the fact he wasn't aware of what or he wasn't aware of what his objective was, like destroy him from the inside until then.
Well, no,
I
because
don't
what he says exactly is a life form reading inside my armor? Question mark. He's not surprised that Neon went inside my armor. He says a life form reading, so he doesn't think it's plausible that a life form could enter his armor. That includes Neon. After already seeing that ability, so he doesn't think Neon is actually capable of entering his armor. I can send the scan if you want.
yeah, sure. I'm pretty I don't think that was different in the side I'm reading.
This is exactly what he says is a life form reading with inside my armor, and then question mark.
Don't you think it's kind of odd that when he's like it's taking him this long to realize that there's something in his armor and Neon's not doing anything? Do you think that's kind of a red flag?
Well, okay, again, one, there is a massive speed gap, and two,
Speed gap and movement speed, perception speed wasn't.
no, combat
Uh,
speed.
I'm pretty sure. What?
Combat speed is the main one. Like
Combat
Neon
speed?
attacking him, Neon's fist is pretty much point blank in his face. Drive Knight has the ability to completely transform his body and kick Neon before he can reach his face from point blank.
Wait, I'm pretty sure the statement was in. The statement is in reference to. Trying to think of the statement. His tactical transformation. He's like simultaneously transforming his ability to transform. In that instant.
What do you mean? This is it, by the way. The scans. Neon's about to scratch him or whatever.
I'm just I'm simply saying that the reason the whole basically what my conclusion is that based on what Drive Knight said at the end of the fight, I'm basically concluding that if he didn't have data on him beforehand, then he wouldn't have been able to like get Neon into that position.
Well, I'm
And
simply.
therefore,
I don't really think
what?
he can get him into that exact position. All I'm saying is, him saying that could simply mean it would be of greater difficulty. And we already know Drive Knight has displayed the ability to outspeed and overpower him, as well as counter his ability to travel inside of his body. Even if it's like extremely high diff,
The reason one of my only points, the main point was that he could be able to eliminate him before he's able to counter it, because he was like letting him he was letting him he was like waiting inside the armor for that long because he
yeah,
was
but
toying with it.
it's just unquantifiable.
What do you mean? How?
Like, we cannot prove that he would be able to destroy him in that time frame.
Well, he was letting him before he was like there's like a long period. There's like a difference. You could literally see it that he was like, "What's this?" He was like letting him realize that he was inside of his armor before he actually did the
Which
attack.
time are you talking about? Which time are you talking about? The Bishop or
Like
Gold?
like after he like punched him, he like Jordan Knight's like he disappeared. What? No, what's this? And then he's like a life form inside my armor.
Drive Knight could just realize that before Neon attacks, because Neon is slower. That's all. It could simply mean that.
Or well, I could argue that because he was toying with him, that he was waiting for that opportunity.
Well, that's fine too, because it's unquantifiable. We cannot prove he'd be able to destroy him in that time frame.
It's a good. It's logical because of the fact he was holding back in like all different in all ways.
Again, you need to stop going back to the pulling back thing. We have not established that he is physically suppressing himself.
Hmm?
You need to like stop going back to the.
You already know he is physically suppressing himself. Because obviously, it
Only by an unquantifiable extent. So it doesn't matter either way. You cannot quantify how much he was holding.
Yeah, but we know he's holding back on all fronts.
Okay, but that doesn't
So
mean he.
the most
Look,
even though I can't quantify it, we still have to look at the most logical conclusion.
Okay, and here's the most logical conclusion. The most
Hey, you guys. I've been listening for like a while now, and you guys keep coming back to this point. So, do you guys just want to like steel man, like a middle ground, or
I'm
leave
no
this
like
up to someone else?
pretty much what I'm saying is even if you say Neon back or whatever, you cannot quantify that a full power Neon would be able to destroy Drive Knight from the inside. It's impossible to quantify it. We can make assumptions all day. We can say, okay, maybe he could, maybe he couldn't. But I'm saying you just cannot quantify it. In a debate, you would have to quantify it. And since I'm taking the neutral position, it's up to Love to quantify.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I think it's just illogical.
Like even if you say he can
You're
damage him,
saying like I can't quantify it. Well, yeah, that may be the case, but it's also like it's like blatantly evident that Neon was toying with him and he had data. So
and I'm okay. All I'm saying is, even without the data, Five Knight is physically more capable by a substantial extent, and has the abilities to counter all of Neon's abilities.
yeah, if you're gonna use like that argument, wait, what did I don't agree that I agree that he was he like his armor obviously uh it was obviously stronger. Like he had better defense and all that, but I when it came down to his ability, like it didn't really matter. That's what Neon said. Like when it just came down to his ability,
What do you mean exactly?
like he said no matter how strong your armor is, or whatever, doesn't matter because of
Oh,
his ability.
okay,
It was like
yeah.
it was
So
reckless.
what?
That's the instance in which he was being overconfident
Yeah, but
because
what I
if we
mean,
could I could say that because he's being overconfident in that instance that he used that as a second chance to kill Drive Knight inside him
yeah,
again.
but
But
Love,
he was
what I mean is,
reckless when he was inside Drive Knight's armor initially, and he's holding back.
look, all I'm saying is that Drive Knight already
Can't
displayed he's
quantify it, therefore.
forcing Neon out of his body in those instances. And we do not know how quickly or how fast Neon would be able to destroy him from within him, especially in Bishop, since we already saw him attack within Bishop. And Gold is whatever, you cannot quantify it either way. So I'm just saying, it needs
I'm
to do
just saying
with
that
Neon
like
outside of his own body. That's all he needs to do. He needs to keep Neon out of him and then physically bully him. That's just
pretty sure that how is Drive Knight even coming to the conclusion that he was cocky unless he unless
conclusion.
he has to be referencing what is he referencing when he says that? Well, I don't
Says
know.
what?
There's only two instances in which he was being uh, arrogant and cocky. When he was in his armor the first time, and when he slipped in his armor the second. So that's pretty. What? Can you even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm saying that Drive Knight, when Drive Knight said, you know, what he said, like he's cocky. My opponent was very like overconfident and cocky and stuff. First of all, I mean, he's overconfident and reckless. I'm saying that he's coming to that conclusion because of uh, those instances in which he was being when he was being cocky, like the first time where he entered his armor. You could equate to that, like you could say he's referencing that point where he's being cocky, like inside of his armor. That those are only two times he's being like showing like displaying that behavior.
Um,
So
yeah, that's fine. I'm just like, again, like no matter how you spin it, we cannot quantify how quickly he can do it. Like again, we can. Oh shit! There goes my motorcycle. We can like make up reasons why he could or couldn't. Like we can say, okay, it's like we just cannot quantify it. And I'm just saying, Drive Knight has the capability of forcing him out of him in a known time frame. We know how long it takes Drive Knight to get him out. We know exactly what he needs to do. We know the abilities he has that can counter Neon entering his body. Whereas with Neon, it's
only after he was
assumptions and questions.
only after
Like
that
sure,
he only had that
if
ability. The ability would only be relevant if Neon was trying to kill him, but the fact he wasn't would just the fact he was
but we
holding
don't
back.
know. We don't know if he could or how quickly he could kill him under those same circumstances if he's serious. Like, sure, over. You know what? Like Drive Nights. Go ahead.
The fact he was that literally. Nyan
Sure, yeah,
said
he could do it eventually, but we don't know how long it would take.
I mean,
So all Drive Night needs to do is just like keep forcing him out of his body, and then just beat him up physically.
but you haven't proved that he can do that.
What do you mean? Keep him out of his body?
You're saying like, oh, he could do that. He could like force him out of his body, but you're not taking into consideration like literally.
I'm sorry, you cut out. Can you repeat that?
No, it's really it's just basically my same point. We're not really getting anywhere with the argument.
All right, do you want to like leave this up to like the audience or whatever? Because clearly we're kind of just like going in circles, and I'm pretty sure like I think I won. You probably think you won. So like, we're probably just not going to agree there. So, like, do you just want to leave?
Well, actually, you probably won going by the fact I couldn't quantify how like the different like yeah you probably won because like after the sort of after the statement um the statement was like dismissed. I didn't have any form of like concrete. I didn't have any like base in my argument because like you said you can't quantify.
You just like cannot prove however long it takes Neon to take him out. Pretty much. And we know like he cannot instantly obliterate him
Damn argument.
when he was in bishop form. So like
I wonder if you missed your best. Let the perfect. Yeah. 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 I guess. Yeah. I don't really have anything to say.
good debate. Good debate. I'm not necessarily saying I will. Wait, Rapper, you've been recording this whole time, haven't you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Did you just make me
Oh.
wait 2.5 hours for him to decide he didn't win? Like, I was getting ready to judge that and everything. Like, what an arsehole.
You can see it. Where the fuck did he go? I was gonna ask him if it would be cool if I uploaded it because that was a good debate.
Damn. All right, I'm gonna stop recording then.
Should I tell